Hey guys, this is Phoenix. Our rap music is Kalaido, and I just got done working on a remix for Kennebec's new album Departure that dropped back in January. And I'm here to show you guys kind of a sneak peek into my process and what inspired me to make the track and all that good stuff. So before I get into it, just want to thank Nighttime Stories for having me on board, and here's my thoughts on the track.
Alright, so the track I based my remix off of was Abundance in the Reeds by Kennebec, and I ended up basing my remix off the bridge section of the track, which sounds like this. So you have this really awesome sax part and a really nice, watery, beautiful piano part that I thought were perfect textures to base a remix on. And so I took those textures and a bunch of other textures from other parts of the track and kind of stitched them together, and I came up with a remix that sounds like this. So yeah, I just took original sounds from the song and kind of chopped them up and treated them more like samples and tried to kind of stitch them back together to make my own composition with them, really. And I tried to make the main melody of the song be the sax line because that was my favorite texture in there, so I just chopped that up. And then I made the original, or I made the main kind of pad sound of the track be that piano sound from the bridge. Which I looped and kind of did my own editing on and stuff. And then when the actual drums and bass and stuff come in, I added this filter to it to give it kind of like this sense of motion, I guess, and kind of give room in the upper frequency spectrum for the melodies and all that stuff to come through. Um, and then I really wanted to retain the like immersive textural feeling I get from Kennebec's music, which is one of my favorite aspects of his sound. There's just insane texture after insane texture, and it just kind of feels like it washes over you and puts you in this very beautiful ethereal place. And I wanted to make sure that came through in the remix. Um, so these are all the textural sounds I used in there. Just kind of jumping halfway through, sort of sounds like. So yeah, that was comprised of a bunch of different textures from the original track. You got your string parts here. You got some like ocean sounds that was in the background, some little like percussion texture things, and some more ethereal space echo type sounds. And so I wanted to stitch all those together, create my own bed of sound with it. And I recorded this guchang as well. I wanted to throw in a sound that I felt like was um, more recognized with my own music, so people would be able to tell immediately when hearing it, like, oh, this is a Kalaido track, this is a Kalaido remix. So I felt like the guchang was a sound I could kind of put my own stylistic stamp on it with, so that's what this sounds like. Then I layered that with this pipa, which is another type of Chinese string instrument. But this one's a virtual software instrument. And together you kind of get this chorus effect of all the, which makes it sound like more like a Chinese string section or something rather than one instrument. Then in context. And yeah, other than that, I tried to keep the drums pretty simple, just a kick and a snare. I felt like there was enough like rhythmic stuff going on with all the other elements that it didn't really need anything extra. And I recorded my own bass part to kind of give it its own emotion, I guess. I often find that you can take the same chord progression, and if you put two different bass lines over it, it completely recontextualizes the emotion of the track. So I felt like doing that I was able to get a little bit more of my own spin on it, a little bit more of my own flavor in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you haven't already, I'd highly recommend checking out Kennebec's album Departure. It's a great album with a beautiful vinyl release and some really nice album artwork as well, so definitely go ahead and check that out. And if you like this remix, I do have my own YouTube channel as well where I have uploads of a lot of my tracks and one of my albums, so if you're interested, you can give that a look as well. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope this was helpful to some of you guys out there, and yeah, take it easy.